Hey, thanks so much for joining me for today's at-home Pilates workout. Today is an equipment-free routine. We are going to be beginning with a warm-up and then we're going to move into a 3-round series focusing on the glutes, the arms, and the abs. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start down on our mats, on our backs, and we're just going to roll down slowly, vertebra by vertebra, softening the spine down to the floor. When you touch down, bring your heels under your knees. Legs are hip distance apart here. We're going to press the arms down into the mat. From this position, spine is in neutral. We're going to tilt the pelvis back, flattening the low back into the mat, and then peel tailbone off the mat, peel mid back off the mat, and work your way up into a bridge. So nice stable bridge here, not overarching the spine. Tailbone is slightly tucked. Now we're going to roll it down, vertebra by vertebra, working from the top of the spine through the middle of the spine and lowering the tailbone and low back down lastly. Let's try that again. Tilt the pelvis forward slightly and then tilt it back, articulating the spine, and lift up into bridge. Good. Press up through those heels and lower down with control, one vertebra at a time. Let's pick up the pace a little bit. So we're going to lift, squeeze the glutes, and gently lower. Lift, squeeze the glutes, and lower with control. Good. Inhale, and exhale to push up. Inhale to lower, exhale, activating the back body as you roll up into bridge. Now you want to keep your legs parallel here. So you want your feet parallel and you want your knees in line with your hips. Try not to let them splay out as you roll up into your bridge. Good. For 3, lift. And 2, push up through the heels. And last one, lift. We're going to raise the arms. Palms are facing in toward each other, making sure your belly button is pulled in towards your spine. You're going to hold here and pulse. Little controlled lifts, activating those glutes, pushing the pelvis up toward the ceiling gently. Lift, 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 lift. Engage the core to protect the low back. We don't want to lift up so high as that we're overarching the low back. Protect the spine here. We've got 5, 4, 3, little squeeze. Squeeze the bum cheeks together as you lift and hold. Nice work. Lower down. You can bring your arms down. You're going to bring your feet together and we're going to come up into a butterfly position. Butterfly bridge, pushing the hips up. Again, being really careful. We don't want to push the hips up so high as that we're overarching the spine. So lower the hips slightly so you're creating a nice flat surface, a nice line with the body. Hold. We're just going to hold in this position, pressing the heels together, squeezing the glutes, keeping the hips elevated, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. Inhale and exhale. Keep those hips lifted. Nice work. For 5, 4, 3, squeeze the glutes, 2, and 1. Lower down for just a second. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and exhale to lift again. And we're going to pulse the knees out to the side. Little pulses. Pulse, 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 pulse. Good. Keeping those hips elevated, keeping the core engaged. Just pulse the knees out toward the side of the body, working into the thighs, feeling it in the glutes. Keep it up. Keep those hips lifted. You can do it. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and soften the spine down to the floor. Stretch your legs out long here. We're going to peel up into a seated position. And from here, we're going to bend forward, folding over the lower body. Just take a nice gentle stretch here. You can grab a hold of your calves, your ankles, your feet, whatever you can reach. Drop the crown of the head and enjoy a back body stretch here. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Pull yourself a little bit deeper into the stretch for 3 and 2 and 1. Nicely done. We're going to cross our legs here and then we're going to roll over the knees, coming into an all fours position. Now, if you need some extra space, you can just back up a little bit here. I'm going to bend the left knee here and flex the foot. We want our wrists below our shoulders, knees below our hips. Abs are engaged. We're going to push out through that heel. Bend and push out. Bend and push out. Good. So keep your hips square with the mat here. Lift your abdominal wall up toward the ceiling. Nice broad shoulders. Good. Really pushing out through the heel. Foot is flexed. Abs are engaged. And every time you kick out, really squeeze through those left glutes. Extend out long through that heel. So it's not a rushed motion. It's slow and controlled, and we're really keeping the glutes and the thighs activated throughout the entire range of motion. Gaze is down on the mat so that the neck is in line with the spine. Good. We've got that gentle little bend in the elbows so they're not totally locked out. Keep it up. Good. Warming up the glutes, firing up the glutes on this left side. Really squeeze on that full extension. So squeeze the glutes, lengthen through those hamstrings. Good. Breathe out to push out. Imagine kicking something forcibly back behind you. Good. We've got 5, 4, 3, and 2. Final 1. Nice work. Now, we're going to add a fire hydrant lift. Lower the knee, just hover the knee, and then push back. Same motion again. So down, open, and push back. So you're alternating between the two movements. Good. Push back. Open to the side and push back. Now careful not to let your whole torso twist here. You want to keep your torso really still and stable so that you're isolating this work in the gluteus medius as you open to the side. Good. Pushing through that heel on the extension. Be really careful here not to let the spine overarch. You want that spine in neutral. If you need to make any adjustments, please do that. Nice work. Keep it up. We've got 3, 2, really open and squeeze to the side as you lift that leg, and 1. Nicely done. Now we're going to draw some big circles in the air on that left side. So we're going to bring the knee up and rotate it over. So we're maintaining that flex in the foot, and we're really focusing on lifting by using the glutes to get that knee up there. Try to keep your torso really still and stable, so don't let your torso kind of rock from side to side as you lift that knee up and around. If you can't get quite as great a range of motion, that's fine. Just really focus on lifting that knee up without opening up through those hips too much. Good. Keep rotating. Keep the glutes engaged throughout the entire circular motion. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work. Push back for a moment into child's pose. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, and then come back up onto your palms. Same thing, opposite side. We're extending the leg out long. We're flexing through the heel. Tap, extend. Bring it down. Push out through that heel. Good. Keep those hips square with the mat. Abs are engaged. Torso is still and stable. Really drive out through that heel. Activating the glutes as you hold and squeeze on that extension. You're really squeezing the bum. Good. Try not to let yourself collapse in those shoulders. You really want to be pushing the mat away from you so you're nice and broad and stable. Balanced across those shoulders, balanced across the hips. Good. We've got 5, push out. 4, squeeze the glutes. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Open into your fire hydrant. Squeeze the glutes at the top of the lift. Lower, just hover the knee and push out behind you. Good. Alternating between the 2 positions. We're really focusing on moving in a slow, controlled way, especially at the top of that movement. We're really squeezing the glutes. Keep this movement strong and steady. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth at your own pace. Really engaging those abs, particularly on the exhale. So inhale, they slightly relax. As we exhale, we draw that navel up toward the ceiling. Good. We've got 4 and 3. Good work. 2 and 1. Lower the knee. Make some room beside you if you need it. I'm going to move over to my left a little bit. I'm going to keep my foot flexed. Bring the knee forward. Circle around and back. Circling around and back. Good. So moving into those fire hydrant circles. Really focusing on squeezing at the highest point. Really activating those glutes. Lift up and over. Breathe through it. Good. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work. Now we're going to get into position for some plank work. So we're going to ensure that we have enough space behind us to step the feet out. So we're going to step the right foot out, step the left foot out, creating that nice flat line with the body. Abs are engaged. From here, I'm going to walk the right hand out, walk the left hand out, holding strong, lifting through the abdominal wall, and then bring the hands back in. Now we're going to lead with the left hand coming out first, followed by the right. Hold strong here, lift abdominal wall, nice flat line with the body, and bring the arms in. Good. Alternating sides. Now we're leading with the right, then the left. Holding for a second, engaging that core, and then bringing it back in. Nice work. Keep it up. Alternating which hand comes out first. Holding for a second in that lengthened plank before bringing the wrists back below the shoulders. Keep it up. Keep breathing. Keep your gaze down on the floor. Try not to let your bum lift up in the air. Good. Nice strength and stability with that upper body, working the core here as well. Nice work. Last set. Bring it out and hold. We're going to hold here, lift through the abs for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower knees down to the mat. Legs should be about hip distance apart here. Bring your hands in a little bit closer. And we're going to go into some push-ups here. So keeping the knees down on the floor, I'm lowering my chest, pushing up through the heels of the hands, and stretching back onto the heels. I'm going to keep my feet flexed here. Pushing forward, lowering, lifting, and stretching the spine back. Lowering the chest, pressing up through the heels, and sending the hips back. So you want to keep your elbows in close towards your body here so that you're working your triceps as you push up off the mat. Good, fingers are spread. Heels of the hands are really pressing down into the mat. You can move through these a little bit more slowly if you need to. Just keep your spine nice and long. And the elbows in close to you. Good. Really press up. Use your chest. Use the backs of your arms to lift that elevated chest up off the floor. Push up. Nice work. And last one. Push up and hold it back in child's pose for a moment. Breathing for 3 and 2 and 1. Nice work. Now we're going to get back into our plank position and we're going to add some knees. So you can either be on your palms for this or you can be down on your forearms. But I think for this, for range of movement, it's probably best that you're up on your palms if you can manage this. So we're going to hold in a nice strong plank position. We're going to bring the right knee in toward the chest, step it back, and then right knee to right elbow, step it back. Left knee into chest and back, left knee to left elbow and back. Right knee in, right knee to right elbow. Left knee into chest, left knee to left elbow. Good. Alternating sides. Creating that nice flat line with the body. Don't let the bum lift up here. Keep the shoulders nice and broad. I know it's tough, but stick with it. Building strength, building endurance, working those abs, working the upper body. Keep breathing. We've got 3, 2, last 1, and press back into downward dog. Stretch and relax and release. Breathing out through the nose, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Flatten out the upper back. Lift those hips toward the ceiling for 3 and 2 and 1. Lower the knees down to the mat, and now we're going to come onto our backs to get into our ab work. So lower head, neck, and shoulders down to the floor. From this position, we're going to have our legs bent, feet are hip distance apart. I'm going to open my palms toward the ceiling, and we're going to start with some little crunches. So we're going to inhale and exhale, crunch up. Lower, just hover the head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat, and then crunch up. Good. Lower and crunch. Lower and crunch. So you're keeping your chin tucked in towards your chest, but you're still allowing space between your chin and your chest. So your chin and your chest aren't touching. Little controlled pulses. If this is too much and you won't need a little bit of support, you can interlace your fingers behind your head and you can crunch up like so. Now your focus here is on lifting the chest up toward the ceiling and flattening the low back down toward the mat, really drawing your navel tightly in towards your spine as you pulse up and breathe out. Good. Abs are in as we breathe out and lift. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, lift a bit higher, 2, and 1. Relax, head, neck, and shoulders down. Now we're going to bring our arms over our heads, palms are facing in. From this position, we're going to bring both knees in. We're going to extend one leg out long while the other knee bends into the chest and we meet fingertips under the knee. Lower, knees come together, and then opposite leg extends and we meet fingertips under bent knee. Good. Alternating sides and lower and lower. So we're really going to bring that knee in toward the chest, start driving it in toward your forehead. And the opposite leg extends. As we point through the toe, we activate all the muscles in the leg. Good. As we peel up, the head rests on top of the shoulders, so we're not straining the neck. But if it's too much for you to curl up each time and your neck is straining, you can do a couple reps with your head, neck, and shoulders down, like so. Still focusing on those abs contracting down toward the mat as you bring the hands underneath the knee. Good. Keep it up. Peel up a little higher. Good work. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work. Bring your knees in. Place your feet down on the mat. Interlace your fingers, taking them behind your head. Now we're going to go into a variation of bicycle to really work into our obliques here. So we're going to bend one leg in, stretch the other leg out, gentle bend. Heel is touching the mat. We're going to lift head, neck, and shoulders up and bring elbow toward the knee. As we do so, we're going to switch, tapping opposite heel down toward the mat. So feet are flexed slightly as we alternate from side to side, tapping, alternating heels down to the mat. So you really want to get a good rotation up through the rib cage here, meeting the elbow to that knee. Good, not pulling head, neck, and shoulders up. So if your elbow doesn't quite touch your knee, that's fine, but really try to get it there. Focus on really cinching in through the waistline and really picking that shoulder blade up off the mat. It's slow and it's controlled. Really working deep into those obliques here. Upper abs are working hard as well. Good. We're keeping the low back pressing into the mat. So we're not letting the low back lift. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whoo! Nice work. Gently roll over onto your stomach. Press up for a moment into a abdominal stretch, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And now we're going to come back up into our all fours position, starting that round. Once again, if you'd like to this time, you can come down onto your forearms for these first couple exercises. So I'm going to extend left leg out long. Spine is nice and long, spine is in neutral. Bend and push out. Bend and push out. So I really like going into repeated rounds of the same exercises. Sometimes it can feel a bit tedious. Sometimes it can feel a bit boring. But really repeating the exercise several times in the workout really helps you to get the best benefit out of it. So you're really fatiguing those muscles, working hard. And as long as you keep your form up, you're going to really notice the difference. Good. Keep it up. Driving through that heel. Keep the abs engaged. Doing good things for your body right now. Working those glutes. Toning the thighs. Engaging the abs. Good. Keep breathing. Keep pushing out through the heel. We've got 5, 4. Keep those shoulders nice and broad and relaxed. 3, and 2, and 1. Good. I'm going to come up onto my forearms. For this next exercise, we're opening to the side, hovering, and then pushing back behind. Open to the side. Feel the work in that glute as you lift that knee up. Keep that torso still and stable. Lift and push back. Squeezing at the highest point of that lift. And squeezing on that extension, lengthening through the heel, activating those glutes. Good. Nice work, keep it up. Only 3 more sets here. We've got 3, 2, last 1. Lower the knee, and we're taking those circles to the side. So you're bringing the knee forward and then circling up, around, and back. Really targeting all areas of the glutes here. Keep your navel lifted up toward the ceiling so that you're not moving around too much in that torso. Isolating this work in the lower body. Good, 3 more circles. 1, get it up and over. 2, squeeze through the glutes. And 1, amazing work. Now coming over to the other side, I'm going to drop down onto my forearms for the first exercise. Bend and extend. Bend and extend. Moving at your own pace, keeping that spine nice and lengthened. Think a long spine here, not an arched spine. Good. Driving out through that heel, really kicking out behind you. Keeping the foot flexed. Squeezing the glutes on that extension. Keep breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth to extend. Good, we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to come up onto my palms. Now I'm opening to the sides, squeezing at the top of that lift, hovering and pushing out behind. Open and extend. Make sure your supporting knee is under your hip. Good. Open and push back. Remember to really lift that knee up. Don't rush that fire hydrant movement. Make it slow and really get the lift and the squeeze before you go into that extension. Good work. I hope the second round feels a little bit more challenging than the first and that you're really feeling it in those glutes. I know I am. Good. Last 2 sets. Last set. Lower the knee for a moment. Make sure you're in a nice stable position. You've got that gentle bend in the elbows. You're bringing that knee up and around. So I'm maintaining that flex of the foot. Bringing the knee forward, lifting it, squeezing at the top of the lift and rounding down and back. Good, try not to lean to your supporting side here. Abs are engaged. Nice stability with the upper body. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work. Okay, little rest here for a moment, pressing back into child's pose or just sitting onto your heels. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth for 3 and 2 and 1. Now going into that plank. So stepping your feet out behind, flexing the feet, creating the nice flat line with the body. Shoulders are broad. We're going to walk hands out and then walk them back in. Leading with the opposite hand. Walk it out. Hold in that elevated position. Lift your abs and then walk it back in. Good. Keep it up, moving at your own pace. Make sure you hold in that extension for a second before bringing it back. If it's too much to walk the hands forward each time, You can hold for a few more seconds just in a standard plank position. You don't have to do as many out and ins with the hands. Just whatever makes you feel the most stable here and strong. As long as you're keeping that abdominal wall lifted toward the ceiling, you're maintaining good form with your plank. Good. Keep it up. Super stable here. Try not to rock the hips from side to side as you come out with one hand. It's all about control. Last 2 sets. Bring it in. Last set. Walk it out. And we're holding. Lift abdominal wall. Hold, hold, hold for 3 and 2 and 1. Lower your knees down to the mat and reposition your hands so they're a little bit closer towards you. You can make adjustments after you start with these push-ups as well. So we're coming forward and pushing up through the heels of the hands. I'm flexing my feet here, lowering and pushing away. Lowering and pushing up through the heels of the hands. Use that chest, push up, and use those triceps. Good. You can move more slowly if you need to. Just focus on form and stability. Good. We've got 4 and 3. Lift through those abs. And 2. And last 1. Nice work. Final move of this series for the arms in our plank position. So we're going to get back into plank. Abs are in, body is long. The right knee comes in, and then the right knee comes toward the right elbow. Good. Left knee in, left knee toward left elbow. Alternating sides, knee into chest, and then to touch the elbow. Good work. Keep it slow. Keep it up. Try not to let your bum lift here. Gaze stays down on the mat. Really drive your knee in toward your chest. Good. 3, 2, last 1, and lower down. Press back for a stretch. Release those shoulders. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Whew. Another round of those completed. Let's move into our ab work. So roll it down 1 vertebra at a time. Getting into position for those little crunch pulses. Hands behind your head, or they're out to your sides, palms facing up toward the ceiling. Let's go. Lift, lift, lift. Nice work. Little controlled pulses. We're breathing out as we pulse up. We're connecting our belly button toward our spines. Lifting those shoulders up off the mat, lifting the chest. If that's uncomfortable, remember you can support your head with your hands for 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. I'm going to shimmy down a little bit here. Hands come behind the head. We're going to extend one leg. The other knee comes in toward the chest as we tap fingertips below the thigh. In and reach. Lower and really reach with those fingertips. So you want to reach your fingertips towards your toes as you curl and crunch up. Lifting your head, neck, and shoulders. Really lifting your shoulder blades up off the mat. Good. Breathing out to crunch up. We've got 6, 5, 4, abs are in, 3, and 2, and final 1. Nice work. Lower your feet down to the floor, extend one leg out long, gentle bend, heel is pressing down onto the floor, opposite knee comes in toward the chest, peel head, neck, and shoulders up, and switch, switch, switch. Good. Abs are in. Elbows are wide as we rotate from side to side. So really focus on your low back, connecting with the mat here. The rotation is happening around the rib cage. It's slow. We're working deep into those obliques. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, you can do it, 2, and 1. Amazing work. Relax it down. Gently sway your knees from side to side, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now I hope you don't hate me, but we're going to do all of that one more time. Let's roll ourselves up. It's going to be great, and we're going to feel amazing afterwards. So let's finish off strong. We're getting into our all fours position. I'm going to come down onto my forearms, elbows below the shoulders. Abs are in. Flex through the foot on that left side and push it out. Good. Keep breathing. I can really feel that work in my abs right now from those earlier exercises. I hope you can too. Let's turn our attention and our focus to the glutes and the thighs now. Really working that bum. Good. Pushing out through the heel on every extension. We've got 3, 2, and 1. I'm coming up onto my palms, opening to the side, squeezing and lifting through that glute, hovering the knee and pushing back. Open and extend. Open and extend. So by keeping your torso still and stable, I want you to see how high you can get that knee up and open to the side. Squeeze at the top of the lift, then extend and push back. Good. Really make it count. This is our last round. Really work the gluteus medius as you lift that knee up. Good work. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Keeping the foot flexed. We're bringing that knee forward and up and around. I can feel this work into my obliques as well. You will, if you're keeping your abs engaged, you're not only working the lower body here. Good. Breathe out to lift up and over. Lift that knee nice and high. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work. Okay, I'm coming down back onto those forearms. Right side, pushing out through the heel. Squeezing those right glutes as that leg extends. Keep breathing. Spine is nice and long here. Neck is relaxed, so our shoulders are down away from our ears. Good. Keep breathing. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Coming up. And we're opening to the side and then pushing back. Opening and pushing back. Really lift that knee up. Sometimes I feel like I can't really get the benefit or feel the work in a fire hydrant unless I'm really focusing on my mind-muscle connection. So I'm really focusing on that gluteus medius, lifting the knee up and to the side. Takes a lot of focus here, a lot of control. Good, mind-muscle connection. I know as you get tired, sometimes you start to put a lot of emphasis on the supporting side, but try to resist that. Try to keep yourself nice and balanced across the shoulders so there's even weight in the heels of the hands. Your hips are even. Good. We've got 4 and 3 and 2. Keep them strong. And 1. Good. Okay, foot is flexed. We're going into those circles, circling up and around, up and around. Lift that knee and circle. Squeeze through, especially through the top of that movement. Squeeze those right glutes. Good. We've got 5 and 4. Exaggerate the movement. 3 and 2. And final 1. Amazing. You can sink back for a stretch. 3 and 2 and 1. Now getting back into that plank work. These are our last upper body exercises, the last set here. So make it strong. Abs are in, body is nice and long. We're walking out with the hands. We hold for a moment as we lift through the abdominals, and then we bring the hands back under the shoulders. Alternate side leads, holding, and bring it in. Again, if walking the hands out makes you lose stability, I just want you to hold in a static plank like so, and really focus on core engagement, really focus on your form and your breathing in through the nose, and every time you exhale, you draw the navel up toward the ceiling. So you're working your upper body and your abs. Your thighs are engaged here too. We're lengthening through the heels, powering through those thighs to create stability. Good, last 2 sets. Bring it in. Last set, we're gonna hold for 4, 3, 2, abs in, and 1. Soften your knees down to the floor, walk your hands in a little bit closer toward you. Lower and push away. Lower and push up through the heels of the hands. Lower the chest and use the chest muscles and those triceps to elevate. Good, doing a lot of good for the back of your arms here. Building tone, building strength, building definition, all good things. Lower and push up. We've got 3 and 2 and last 1 and push up and back. Right, final plank exercise. Let's get right into it. Get it over with. You're doing really well. So Wrists below your shoulders, stepping the heels back into plank. Right knee in, right knee to elbow. Left knee into chest, left knee to left elbow. Right knee in, and right knee to right elbow. Good, keep it up. I know these are tough, but we're working our abs, we're working our upper body, we're building strength. Super effective move here. Good. One more each side. Last one. And push it back into your downward dog. Whew. Those were tough, but they're over now. And now all we have left is our final set of ab exercises. Soften your knees down to the mat and come over onto your back. Whew, I'm super sweaty. Lower down, one vertebra at a time. Pressing the low back down into the mat. Abs are already engaged even before we start. Palms are open to the ceiling, and we pulse, 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 pulse. Really pressing that low back down to the floor. Getting that lift, using those upper abs. Good. If you need some relief, hands behind your head. Little bit less challenging, although I do find that I tend to lift my chest a little bit higher when my hands are behind my head. So I'm really getting deep into those upper abs. Whatever feels more comfortable and effective for you. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Hands overhead, palms facing in, one knee bends in toward the chest, other leg extends on a 45-degree angle. We come up, we tap, we lower, we extend. Good. Alternating sides. Really reach far with those fingertips. Lift head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat if you can. Good. Lift a bit higher each time. Reach a bit further with those fingertips. It's the last set of these exercises, so make it really count. Pressing low back into the mat as you lift, engaging your abdominal muscles as you reach. We've got 4 and 3, lift a bit higher. 2, abs in as you exhale. And 1, amazing work. Hands come behind your head. Let's not waste any time. Let's finish off strong. One knee in, other leg extends. Heel is pressing into the floor, feet are flexed. We're crossing over and crossing over. Good. Low back is connected with the floor. Really important here. Elbows are wide. Lifting shoulder blade up off the mat to try to get that elbow toward that knee. But no worries if it doesn't quite touch. As long as you're feeling it in those upper abs and into your obliques as you rotate from side to side. You're doing great. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, relax it down. Hug your knees in towards your chest here and just enjoy a nice relaxing stretch. Hug them in a little bit closer so you're stretching out your low back. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Take your hands behind your thighs and roll up to a seated cross-legged position facing me. Let's lift our shoulders up by our ears. Inhale and exhale, roll them back. Lift up and roll down and back. Last one. Lift them up high and release any tension as you melt them down and back. Amazing work. I know that that was difficult and challenging, but you did it, and I hope you feel fantastic. I look forward to moving again with you next time.